Okay guys, so welcome again, and in this video we will see how to install the software. So this is very important part, and this is like that the most important part. I can say that when you start learning, at least if your software is not properly installed, then how you will going to work. So we don't need to stuck here. We will see step by step each and everything here, and we will understand like how you can start using these softwares. Okay, so let's come to the download window. Okay, now I am going to download folder. So I downloaded these three softwares, right? So now what I need to do, I need to first install Python. So just simply double click on it. It says install now, so you can use this one. This is not an issue, or otherwise you can do the customized installation as well. So why I am choosing customized installation? The only thing is that I need to change the installation path, right? So I don't want to use this complete long path, C user Prashant app data, not like this. I just want to change this path, so I am using customized installation. Now another thing you need to remember, that you need to click on this option, add Python 3.82 path. What it will do basically, that it will if you click on this option, so it will set up your path. So where is the path? Go to this PC properties. So these are very important things, that many people or normally used to miss the points. Even while I am doing the things, this thing can be easily handled, but because I was not aware, then face lot of issue while using the Python. So what it will do, it will go to system properties, advanced and environment variables. It will set your path. So this is for particular user, this is for complete system. So you need to change the path here, right? So basically what it will do, that it will add your path. So in path right now, this is the like any file when you run, any executable file when you run, it check in this location, right? So right now it is not there. So what it will do, that it will create a new path and add there, like C Python 3.8, whatever the name I will give, it will add to path location. So it will do automatically if you select that option, otherwise it will not work, right? So this is the reason why I am saying that you need to click on that option, otherwise you need to do it manually by adding the value here. Okay, so customize. Now click on customize installation. Simply go with the default. So here one more important thing, like pip is very important, right? Pip is also a confusing. A lot of time I used to get confused with this pip. So why it is used? It is used to other Python packages. So now, because many times you need to download the Ubto library and some other Python packages, for that you need pip. So pip is very good package, and by default now it is package comes with Python installation. Otherwise you can download it separately as well. So now this is already installed, this is part of this package, so you have to go with it. So while doing the installing the other Python package, you need to use pip, so we need that one. Go with the default. Now install for all users, I say yes, I want for all users. And yeah, here is the thing basically which I was looking for. I need to change the path, so I am setting up it here, Python 3.8, right? So I am just keeping the name simple, C Python 3.8. That's it. I am doing installation. So here it is installing into my system. So let's install it, and I will be back once it gets come to the next step, because it will take some time. So I'm just pausing the screen and will come soon. Okay, so installation is almost going to complete. In meanwhile, like if you have any query, if you find any questions, feel free to write into comment section or in Q&A section, so that I can help you, right? So don't worry about if you face any issue, face any problem, just write there and we will be able to sort out. today weather is quite good, so right, to do the things, learn the face, be relaxed, be free in mind, and just enjoy the journey. This journey is going to be very interesting. Okay, so don't fear about programming and how I will learn, or it is not my flavor. Don't think like this, just enjoy this. Okay, so this is successfully installed, right? So need to start, I will suggest you, don't worry, I will guide you that how you can do that. Otherwise you can definitely check online tutorial and documentation. There are a lot of interesting information is available there. Okay, and this one, disable path length limit. So yes, you can use this one because changes your machine configuration to allow programs including Python to bypass the 2.6, because by default there is a limitation of maximum path. So just to ensure that your path get added successfully, you should click on this option. Done. Okay, so that is the one part, Python got installed. Now if you need to check is it installed or not, you can easily check here, right? So if you go to programs, you will find Python there, Python. Okay, now in Python there are this is the like Python language, and this is your idle. So idle is basically nothing. You can write the code and see the output in just for every line, single line, right? So if I say here print hello, so you will get the output here, right? So this ensure that your Python is working properly, but the only thing is that you can't write the complete code here. You just can check your one by one line command. Okay, so this is your integrated development. Execution, and I missed the one word, but you can check the full form on Google easily. So that is one thing. And what else I want to show you? Yeah, so just want to check like, and what about other Python 3.8? So if, and this is manual and this is module, so that is not required. And here use your Python console. So if you need to run any file here, so you just need to run Python, then that file name .py, right? So you need to go to that directory where your py file exists, and then you can execute it. Also you can verify Python installation by just typing Python. So here if you see Python got executed actually, so that means it is working properly, right? And what else? So it says you need to exit. Another way to test Python installation, just type Python here, so you came to Python console here, so that is fine. And how to run that file, Python and the file name. So this is cool, and so we are good with it. If you install Python and it is not working properly, just ensure that you have added your path variables, right? If you check that option, then there is no issue. If you didn't check that option, so what you need to do, you need to go to advanced system settings, environment variables, and now if you see, go to path. Here you can see that required variables added, C Python 3.8 and C Python 3.8 scripts. So those paths have been added successfully. So that means that's why my path is working properly. Okay, now second part, install Git. So for Git installation, again it is simple, like go to Git, run the setup file, run it, go to next. So C program Git, it is fine for me. If you want to add the desktop icon, you can do there, otherwise go with the default, that is fine. then git, next the default one. Here you can see you can use Visual Code as git default editor, right? Because I am using Visual Studio Code. If you are using Sublime, so you can use Sublime. So whatever you can set up here, right? Notepad, whatever you want. I am happy with Visual Studio Code, so I am using that. Okay, so what it is saying that because Visual Studio is not installed right now, so it is not allowing me that option. So we can change it later. That is not a big deal. Now use git from git bash only, git from recommended line and third party, use git and optional Unix tool from the command prompt. So select this one, the third option. Then go with the default one, default, and setting up the installation. So git is again installed now. So let me pause the screen. Once it gets installed, I will let you know. So here it is, guys. This got installed, and if you want to launch git, you can do that. So here you can see it is available, right? You can see the git commands, all the things is available now, right? So git got properly installed. Another thing, you might sometimes that because you are new, so we are not used to be aware with that. So let's show you something that if you want, you can do right click anywhere, and here you can see git bash here. So what it will do, that it will open git bash console for you and it will do the things, right? So here you can see that it is right now f test drive. So easily you can go to git console, wherever you want to go, just go to that folder, right click and do git bash here. So I think you are finding this video useful, and the information is for you. And here you can initiate the things whatever you want, like if I say git init, so if you see here, it will do the thing for you, and it will create a hidden file, .git file. So if you see it, I initiated that file. This is hidden file, so it is not visible. If it is not visible in your system as well, go to view and click on hidden items. So you can see now git folder is initiated. It put it the required file. So git basically initiated. So this is the way, like you can verify like git is working. You can verify. The best way used to be like git and click on git version, type git version. So here you can check easily like with the git version command. Okay, so this is done. So git is also installed. Now let's come to the third and final part, which is installing the Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code setup is there, and it is just a simple editor. So you don't need to do much here. You just need to click on, double click, right? Now accept the agreement as usually you do. In my case also, I don't want to keep the files here, so I just want to keep it on C drive, a Microsoft VS Code. So I am doing this, change the path, but you can go with the default. That is not an issue at all. You can create the desktop icon if you want. Now this thing is required. These two options, just click on these two options, right? Add open with code action to Windows Explorer file context menu. So on the file you can get that option, and same with the directory. So you can use that. Basically the only thing is that add to pass is by default, so you can go with the default. Just check these two options and click on next and do the installation. That's it, simple. So once you do these things, I think this is sufficient, and you can go with the installation. the path or the sequence you can follow, like you can install Python first, then you can install Visual Studio Code, and then you can install Git Bash. However, that doesn't matter much. You can do the change the settings if required later also, but to avoid all the any issue, you can simply go with Python, then Visual Studio Code, and then Git Bash. And once you are setting up the Git Bash, you can choose the option like Microsoft Visual Studio Code for the by default Git Bash. So that is fine. So let's launch this Visual Studio Code so that you can have a look on this Visual Studio code as well, and you can understand the things how it works. So I'm giving you some simple idea. This video duration is quite, I think, long, but it is basically worthful. I shared very useful information which you will not found easily in the tutorials and these things. I try to cover all the things which normally where we normally used to face the issues. Okay, so this one closed. I clicked on this launch. Yeah, so here it is. That Visual Studio Code is getting launched. Let it just come. So here it is. So once you open, because I have one test file actually already there, so it picked up that one. Now see here, you will find this option when you will open the Visual Studio Code. So here you need to just choose this select Python interpreter. So no Python interpreter is selected. You need to select a Python interpreter to enable features such as IntelliSilence, limiting, and debugging. So yes, you just need to click on select Python interpreter, and here you can do that. Okay, so that is one thing which is required, and other thing could be, the other interesting area could be, if you get any option to enable anything, you can just click there and you can do that. And here if you go to settings options, so in settings you can choose the themes if you want. So go to color theme and you can choose the themes as per your requirement. So I have chosen this white sequence, a white interface, but you can do like dark Visual Studio Code. So this is the default one which used to come, so you can use this one as well, and you can change it if you want by going to settings, then color theme, then I choose light Visual Studio. Okay, now what else? Yeah, so the other thing could be like you can get couple of messages here, so you just need to enable it, that's it. And what else, the important thing? Yeah, so while using this, you can use bash console basically. So this is here you can use the bash shell for easily things. And what else, couple of things I just want to share with you. Yeah, so this one on the top if you go, so here is the option to create the new file. So you don't need to go anywhere else, you can simply create the file. And so here you can see that it will simply create the file, right? And you can easily create any file which you want. So test1.py kind of this you want to set up, easily can create. You can create a new folder as well, right? So it will appear in the basically whatever the location you have set it. So you can set the location like I am basically in Python class folder, right? So it will create one folder there automatically, right? So you can create the folders, you can check the locations right now. So if you go there, study Python classes, so if I go to study, you can check study Python classes, and here you can see kind of this. So it will prepare basically the folder for you wherever you want to do, right? So kind of such things you can do easily. And what else? So this is something like, you know, that you get some idea like how it looks, and you can explore the various options. This is basically the editor which you need to follow. And this is the bash console where you can check the output. Like, let's see one example again. Print, I say print hello. So see, this is the easiness it provides. Like I put it a single comma and it just put double comma here automatically, right? And I said here and save it. And if I go to bash console, I can just directly use this one, Python, and I just need to ensure that I am in the correct directory. Yes, I am in Python classes, and I can say Python and test1.py, right? And you can see the output here. So this is the advantage of Visual Studio Code. In Notepad or Notepad++, you will not find this kind of easiness, but here you can see the output of that file immediately, and you don't need to switch into multiple consoles. So I hope guys you find this video useful, and this video you get some very interesting useful information. So in the next video we will go with the Python basics, and we will check how to work with Python, and we will continue our Python classes. If you have any question, please let me know. Otherwise, feel free to move to next video. Thank you. Bye bye.